Welcome to vlog number 600. That's a lot of videos. Actually, I was checking on my YouTube channel, and apart from vlogs, I think I have more than 1,600 videos. But I've been on YouTube for a long time. I think next year is gonna be 10 years. So I'm doing a few changes to the channels, because I actually have a few different channels. My channel, Kaysha, where I used to put everything from my music videos, the music from the people that produce and their music videos, plus the vlogs. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put all the new music that will come out soon in a new channel, which is the Sushiro channel. It's gonna be the label channel. So I don't. In this channel, the Kaysha channel is just gonna be Kaysha. My vlogs, my music videos, and etc. And for everybody else, there's gonna be a place of Sushiro on it, and then we'll keep promoting. So first thing you're gonna do now, as you're watching, is go subscribe to the Sushiro channel. So I ask people to send them their questions on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat. So I have a lot of questions. I'm not gonna be able to answer everything, because if not, we're gonna spend 2 hours doing this. But I'm gonna try to answer a maximum. So this is a question from Mimi Chocolat. Que préfères-tu dans la musique? Créer, interpréter, être sur scène ou autre? J'ai pas de préférence. En fait, j'aime le tout. Je pense que ce qui crée justement un artiste complet de mon style, c'est le fait de justement pouvoir changer de casquette. C'est-à-dire que non seulement je suis un créateur, je suis un interprète, je suis un auteur, je suis aussi un showman, mais je suis aussi un businessman. Donc ça me permet vraiment d'être libre. Quand je ne suis pas les 5 à la fois, je suis frustré, parce qu'il y a toujours un moment où les gens vont te casser les couilles pour un truc. Quelle est ta devise? Ma devise est: la vie est comme une rivière, on n'est jamais deux fois dans la même eau. Comment restes-tu toujours positif même quand tu traverses des moments difficiles? Un jour, ma mère m'a dit: mon fils, quand tu as 4 problèmes, tu te concentres sur un. Une fois qu'il est réglé, le poids des 3 autres sera évidemment moins lourd sur ton dos. Donc ensuite tu t'attaques au deuxième, qui est le plus lourd, et puis quand il te reste plus que 2 problèmes d'un seul coup, ça commence à être simple à régler, et tu peux même te concentrer à les régler facilement. Did you always have self-confidence and was not worried about your changes in the beginning? As long as I can remember, I always knew what I wanted to do. I always knew where in the horizon I wanted to be in terms of vision, where I wanted to be in 10 years, 20 years. What I didn't know exactly was how I would execute that, but I never lost the vision. Which plugins do you use more for your music production? It depends what style I'm doing, because when I'm doing house music or electronic music, I use different stuff. I would say the ones that I use the most are Spire, Nexus, Battery 4, Mini Monster. Then for mixing, I use the UAD system. I love their plugins. That's for mixing the vocals mainly. I also use ProQ for mixing. Basically, that's it. I have a lot of other plugins, but those are the ones that I use all the time. What's the best way to show my music to the business? But there's no best way. I think each label has a contact email, and you just send them. I would say the best way to have your music heard is to really do quality music. That's my opinion. Which album was the hardest and took you more time to create? None of them. It was never hard for me to make music, because making music for me is like breathing. So I just do it, and from the first one to this one that I'm finishing, it's just, dedicating your time and just doing it. You lived in many countries. Which one did you enjoy the most? The country that I enjoy the most is the one that I live right now, which is Portugal. Great weather, great people, the scenery is amazing, the food is amazing, it's cheap. Other than that, of course, I love New York to death. I love Miami, and if I would change countries today, I think I would go try Bangkok to completely change my life. Are you a love at first sight guy who immediately want to make the girl yours, or you're the type who gets to know the girl first as a friend before dating her? Well, Lucy, I believe that there's no rule. It really depends which girl and what type of relation. Because you cannot want exactly the same thing for every guy or every girl you meet. It's just like friendship. When you meet somebody, you know if it's gonna be after a few days of a few times talking to the person, hanging out, you know if the person's gonna be your best friend, or you're gonna be just a good friend, or it's just gonna be an acquaintance, or it's gonna be somebody that you don't want to interact with more than once a month. And it's the same thing for girls. For me, you can meet some girls that you wanna have something real quick and get it over with, or you can also meet people that you actually want to meet, be friends, and do something that will actually last a long time. Or sometimes you just want to have a quick fun with somebody, and actually you end up staying with them for years. And you can also have some people that you want to stay with for years, and they actually end up not being worth it, and then you let them go, or they let them go because you're too busy or whatever. I don't think there's one relationship. It's impossible, because we have our personalities, and every person you meet gonna have a different personality. So all the relations are different, and depending on who you meet, if you're lucky, if you're not lucky, it's gonna be different. Tout d'un, merci pour ta cool attitude, ta façon de penser, ta création de penser la future. Depuis longtemps avec Father MC. Wow. Attends, Father MC. Là, on parle de 1994. Ah là, Christophe, tu me fais plaisir. Gagnes-tu de l'argent avec un album de nos jours? Le passive income, le suivant encore. Personnellement, moi, oui. Je gagne pas de l'argent avec un album. Je gagne de l'argent avec un catalogue. C'est-à-dire que j'ai énormément de chansons qui m'appartiennent, qui sortent en album ou hors album, les remixes, et tout ce que je produis pour les gens à droite à gauche, que je vends après, qui sont en écoute en streaming. Donc c'est la somme de tout ça qui me rapporte de l'argent. Alors, pour gagner de l'argent avec un album, je pense que c'est tout à fait possible si tu as assez de gens qui l'écoutent, qui le streament tous les jours. Pourquoi une bombe atomique comme ta respectable femme n'est pas encore une top modèle reconnue? En fait, ça n'intéresse pas du tout d'être top modèle, mannequin. Parce que notre stratégie, c'est plus effectivement de faire monter sa marque pour ensuite être apposé à des marques, comme tu le dis, mais on fait ça doucement. C'est-à-dire, plus elle a des followers, plus on change notre stratégie, mais on n'est pas pressé en fait. Es-tu père de famille ou comptes-tu le devenir? Ah oui, je suis père de famille 2 fois déjà, et je travaille à la suite. Pourquoi Olage sourit très peu sur tes vlogs? Comme la femme de Kaysha. Ouais, c'est bien. En fait, autant nous, moi et Kaysha, on est obsédés par la caméra et on adore partager. Et autant nos femmes sont des personnes, je crois qu'on les a d'ailleurs choisies parce qu'elles sont un peu nos yin-yang, tu vois. Donc, c'est pas quelqu'un qui... Même d'ailleurs, quand elle fait ses vidéos sur sa chaîne YouTube, elle a du mal à être... généralement, quand je lance ma caméra, elle est plus... Oh, sérieux encore. Tu vois, mais bon. Chacun son truc. Quelles seront tes prochaines collaborations artistiques? À décembre, si j'ai fini, l'album arrive, donc tu verras. Le What Would Be Your Next Big Move, Big Project. Moi je ne crois pas aux big moves. Moi, je crois aux power moves. C'est-à-dire, chaque petite décision et petite pièce que tu places sur l'échiquier qui, au bout d'un moment, vont prendre tout leur sens dans 4, 5, 6, 10 ans. Donc, pour l'instant, je place. Tes prochaines vacances balnéaires? Ah oui, j'ai envie de retourner en Thaïlande. J'adore la Thaïlande. Donc, alors, je voulais aller en Grèce, mais il fait déjà froid. Donc, à mon avis, re-Thaïlande. Ah, quoique, Brésil dans pas longtemps, et Miami, peut-être en novembre. Quels sont tes 3 films cultes? Pulp Fiction, Le Retour du Jedi, Le Jeu de la mort, Bruce Lee. Que te manque-t-il dans la vie pour être encore plus heureux que tu ne l'es déjà? 10 millions de dollars. What is your biggest inspiration in life? My parents. They are my source of inspiration, my source of ambition, my source of trying to be better. They are amazing people and they achieved amazing things, and I have a huge respect for them, and I'm really trying to be this inspiration for other people and for my kids. Est-ce que tu as un objectif dans la vie? S'il n'est pas déjà atteint, si oui, lequel? Alors, je n'ai pas un objectif dans la vie, j'en ai jamais eu un, j'ai toujours eu plusieurs objectifs. Et il est clair que certains ont déjà été atteints, et quand un objectif est atteint, il est remplacé par l'objectif suivant. C'est comme ça que moi je vois la vie. Donc, petit, je me disais un jour j'atteindrai 10. Et quand j'étais à 8, je me disais, oh, ça doit être bien 20. Et donc, une fois que j'ai atteint 10, mon objectif c'était d'arriver à 20. Quand je suis arrivé à 15, je pensais déjà à 50, et ainsi de suite. J'ai rempli beaucoup de mes objectifs, pouvoir m'exprimer musicalement, pouvoir être indépendant financièrement, mais surtout indépendant aussi musicalement des majors, des radios, des machins. Ça, c'est un grand objectif pour moi. Mon dernier objectif, c'était aussi d'être indépendant des shows, parce que c'est compliqué pour les artistes de dépendre des shows. Et j'ai réussi à devenir indépendant de ces choses-là. Et mes prochains objectifs, ça va être atteindre un niveau supérieur de contact, de business, rentrer dans un level où tout ce que je fais rapporte 10 fois plus de ce que je fais maintenant. Les trucs de capitaliste. Mr. Saint Nicolas, USA Tour. We are thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm working on it actually. We're working on it. We are working on the hardest part is really the visa part. In the US, there's a lot of people who want you to come perform and come with a tourist visa and stuff. And this is not professional. And actually, this is very risky. I got arrested once already because of this and lost a lot of money and 10 shows of touring. And next time I want to come and do it right. So this is really what is tempering the thing. But we almost close to a solution. I miss your music. When are we gonna have a new album? December. Before December 31st, you will have an album. Would you pursue music if it didn't pay you anything? Yes, I would, but exactly as my parents taught me, I would make sure that I'm first making something that brings me a comfortable income, and then I would do music for my pleasure. Where does your humility come from? From my education. Clearly, that's the way I've been educated. I've been educated to always respect the elder, always respect your parents, always respect the people around you and be humble. Pourquoi Kaysha comme nom de scène, c'est atypique pour un garçon? En fait, Kaysha, ça vient de la contraction de Kinshasa, la ville où je suis né. Qual foi o maior obstáculo que passaste ao longo da tua carreira musical? Uma carreira cheia de obstáculos diferentes, minha querida Liliana, mas acho que o meu maior obstáculo foi a maneira de ser da gente. Às vezes, quando tens uma visão, muitas pessoas que vais encontrar só têm uma visão muito pequena ou muito narrow. E eu fiquei frustrado muito com isso. Encontrar gente que não quer ir para frente, eles só querem ficar lá, segurar o lugar dele, mesmo se são lá. E quando tu queres ir aqui, essas pessoas são lá a te impedir de continuar a subir. Mas consegui me afastar deles. How was the transition from Paris to Lisbon, work-wise and your personal life? Was it hard? Super easy in the beginning, because I actually was done with Paris. Like, I really didn't feel like I needed to do anything there anymore. So that was great. Actually, it was purging my mind from all the stress from Paris, all the everything that happened there. So when I arrived here, I lived in front of the beach, and etc., etc., and I was really happy. But by the moment I really experienced a heartbreak, a very bad one, this is probably the moment that I really felt alone, that I realized that all my friends that I could count on, they were far away. So that's when the transition became a little hard, but it took me to the happiness where I am now. So yeah. And work-wise, actually the transition was perfect because I left Paris after building an operation that works on the internet. Whereas when I started this business, everything was, it was an office, there was the employees and stuff, the distribution, we had to ship the CDs, build the CDs, all these things. When everything is done on the internet, you actually don't care where you live. You can work from any computer as long as you have an internet connection. So I could actually move from Lisbon today and go live in Bangkok or in Brazil or in Maputo. And I would be fine because as long as I have internet, I can work. Oh my God, that's a long question. Let's say you have always wanted to sing and perform, but because of your life circumstances, you have not been able to even think about it. But now you are 35 years old, and this thought keeps bugging you, and now you can actually go for it, even though you are already 35. What would you do to get there faster and not waste time with not affecting technique, which can help your voice, and other ways of getting songs and music videos recorded? Listen, there's the thing. There's no shortcuts in life. In anything, there's no shortcuts. You have to build something. You have to build a good foundation. Once you have your good foundation, then you can build something on top of it. If not, you're just gonna 35 years old or 70. Age is not a question. The question is not age. The question is like, do you have some good material? Do you have some good music that the world wants to listen to? This is the only thing that is important. As long as you have your inspiration and you have ways to put it out, the best thing to do is put your music out, put it on YouTube, and have people hear it and share it through the means you have, and organize little concerts in front of 10 people so that your name starts spreading and your crowd. It's the best way to do it. You want to build something solid, so you try to have first your real like hardcore 5 fans that will spread your message. This feeling of urgency is your enemy. Thinking, I'm 35 and I want to arrive right now and pass through all the stages. No. The best way to do it is take your time to do something of quality, because there's so much music out there. Nowadays, everybody's doing something and there's a lot of crap coming out. So you want to stand out by doing something that is really interesting, different, of quality, and that is personal. That's my advice. In life or in music life, what was that one time you felt scared of doing something? Did you do it, and how did you feel after? In my music life, I've never been afraid to do something. I was yesterday with my friend Nelson Freitas, and he told me, you're the guy who just do what you want, how you feel, and you don't care about people. So that's me. If I don't do something usually, it's not because I'm scared, it's because I don't want to do it. I have a sense that tell me not to do some things, and when I don't follow my sense, bad things happen. So I learned with time to always follow my sense. It's never a question of being scared or not. It's more a question of feeling or not feeling. And Kaysha, do you think that Kizomba may consider in the future a style that all the world will hear? I see what you mean. I see the question. So, will Kizomba one day explode to the level of R&B? I have no idea. This is not up to me. This is up to you, the people who listen to the music, and how you take the music to the next level. A lot of people love to listen to music, but they love not to buy it. This hurts the business because we don't have then the money to shoot videos. We don't have the money to spread the music. We don't have the money to pay promos we don't know. Who knows? If Justin Bieber or Rihanna or Beyonce wants do one Kizomba, boom, that's it. If not, I don't know. Who knows? If you could be any age for a week, what would that be? I'd be 20 and I would convince my dad to give me 50,000 and I would invest them in Apple and wait Something that happened to you that you had no explanation for. Meeting you. Have you ever danced in the rain? Wait, dance in the rain myself or with somebody? I think I did both. In the West Indies, but under the tropical rain. So not that rain that kills you because it's cold. Nah, when it's hot and the rain comes and you are dancing. And also kissed under the Eiffel Tower. This is great too. Because you've been doing music for so many years and after so many other good artists appeared, how hard it is to keep up with these artists, but still not losing sight of you and the type of music you always done. But that's the thing, the answer is in your question. The last thing you want to do for your art is to keep up. I view my career as my career. I don't view my career as my career compared to them, or them. I'm not interested in that. I don't do my music to impress somebody. I don't do my music to be the number one. I do my music to express myself. So I don't care actually how many people appear or disappear. And I've seen a lot of appear and a lot of go. That's the thing, once you get in the business side of music, you understand that being always on top and number one that's clueless. It's not interesting. Actually, once you start understanding, you make more money actually by being in the back and giving the chance to other people. Then when you see new artists appear, you're like, oh great. I don't see myself performing when I'm 60. I'm supposed to be a president by then. What advice your older self would give to your younger self? Don't lose your sleep over the haters. They can just bark and they will never prevent you from where you want to go. Oh yeah. No. Last one. I would give myself the list of all the crazy girls that I should not talk to. What artist did you really enjoy working with and why? I loved working the 2 times that I did with Jacob Devarieux of Cassav. He's a legend, and at the same time, he's the most humble guy I know. And I know a lot of guys, they are worth shit, and they think they're all that. And this guy, he's all that. And the guy is simple. You meet him, every time you're with him, you learn something. Great stories he has to tell. And he's a great person. Like, I admire this guy. Vi no teu perfil Facebook que tu estudaste economia. Gostaria de saber se além de cantor tu também tens trabalho como economista. Estudei economia e para gerir o meu business, que é o label Sushi Raw, faz parte tu usar exatamente tudo que aprendi na universidade, nos cursos de economia. What was your inspiration behind the song Si tu veux de moi? Si tu veux de moi, the inspiration was, all my songs talk about my personal life. So Si tu veux de moi talks about a woman that kept saying that I was perfect, but then left me. And the song also talks about the one who picked me up when I was down, who ended up being the mother of my children, actually. How did you get into the music business? How did it all start? This is a long story, actually. I should do a whole vlog about it, but to give you a really, really condensed, because listen, this is a story of 20 years, but to give you a condensed story, I start by making beats. That was my passion. Then I was modeling in Belgium, and I did all of a sudden I had a microphone in my hand, and I did one show. After that, everybody loved the show, and everybody asked me to come to their clubs all around Belgium, so Germany, Holland, and etc. So I started going here and there to perform. Then after the holidays, I'm talking about 92, I came back to Paris and started doing a lot of hip-hop contests, and I would win them all the time. And with my sister, by the time we were in 96, I met a guy who was doing ZOUK. I performed in his album. He took me on tour in the West Indies. We went in the West Indies. We started doing a lot of shows. I was rapping on ZOUK. Then I was like, oh, that's a great idea. So I started doing my own album. My album came out in 98. It was a huge success in France. We sold a lot of copies. by the time we arrived in 99. I did a second album that didn't work that well because I had my vision. My productions didn't have the same vision as me, so I left them. By the time I left them, I understood that the only way for me to be able to express myself without people fucking up my vision would be to be independent completely. And so the next, between 2001 till 2008, I started being independent, but I was always working in co-production with people. But I was just, it was a step to further be completely independent. So I did a deal with a label so they could distribute my music and we could share the revenue from my albums, and at the same time artists that I would produce, Sumia, Elisio, ABG, and a lot of other production that I did. By 2005, I opened my publishing company. By 2008, I was fully, completely independent, internet-based label and making money completely from the internet. And that's how. Where do you see our industry going the next years from a business point of view and from the position of independent artists? Well, I think our business will completely go virtual now that people don't buy music anymore and they just stream it. I think the winners of this business will be the people who own content, because more and more people are taking subscription to the Netflix, the Spotify's, the Apple Musics, the Amazon, the Google, whatever. And all these people are trying to trap us in ecosystem. Probably in the future, you will just give a company $30 a month in exchange of unlimited movies, music, whatever else, plus a phone. The only way to make money when there's so much music coming out and so much content coming out is to really own your own content and have enough content to exist in a sea of content, or have enough quality followers. And I say it's important, quality followers, not those people who say they love you and they don't buy your music or they don't support your music by listening to your music through the right ways, which are Spotify, Apple Music, the streaming service that bring us money, but the quality ones, the one that actually want to support your art. And they go to your shows, they listen to your music where it gets you money back. If you have enough of this and you have enough good content to give to them, you're good to go. What is your favorite Kizomba song? Something Good by Nelson Freitas. Why do you think that most pretty girls settle for the wrong one? Because they're desperate and they think they're pretty. Well. Too much Walt Disney looking for Prince Charming with his nice hair and on his white horse with the shiny armor. This is not true life. True life is meeting somebody who's not perfect, and the perfection is the connection between you two. Most people, they meet people like this and they try to force a connection because the person has money or the person is talking nice. And there's another thing. It's like most of the time we all make the mistake of being with the wrong person. The problem is not making the mistake. The problem is making the mistake 10 times. Once you've seen that the type of guy that you like is a bastard, you're not supposed to go back there. And that's the problem of a lot of people. They prefer going to their preferences instead of changing their preferences. A lot of people are scared to be alone, A lot of people are scared to be alone, and yeah, it happens. But you're asking me questions with answers inside. Are you scared to be alone? You shouldn't. It's better to be alone than be with a bad company. How do you create your sound? I don't know, I just create it. I have it in my head. I know what is the sound in my head, and I just try actually to use the machines to arrive where I want to go. And it's called crafting. And what inspires your creativity, the things that my eyes can see and the emotions that my heart can feel. Tes détracteurs sont-ils un moteur où tu ne prêtes aucune attention? Franchement, je m'en bats les couilles. Ils sont ni un moteur. Vers 20 ans, j'ai compris que les détracteurs disaient toujours les mêmes trucs en fait. Au bout d'un moment, c'est même pas intéressant en fait. C'est une forme d'amour. Que manque-t-il à ta vie pour être complètement épanoui? Il me manque rien en fait. Il me manque rien, mais tout ce que j'ai en plus, c'est du bonus. Jamal basta, on dit quoi? J'espère que ça va. Mon petit, le plus important, à part la PlayStation, c'est l'école. Je veux des bonnes notes. On veut des bonnes notes. Big up. What is the most important for you in life? Family, real friends, positive people, good living, spreading love. What is the longest flight you've ever done? And do you like flying, or is it something you do because you have to? I've been flying forever. Since I was born, I've been flying. I enjoy flying. You know, I really enjoy more the destination, but you know, I sleep when I fly. And the longest flight I did was, I think it was 14 hours. But the worst, like when in terms of longest traveling that I did was not one flight. I went from Paris to New York. I performed in New York. The next day, I took a flight back to Paris. Arrived in the airport, took 2 hours of taxi to arrive to the other airport. Take another flight directly to Ivory Coast. Perform in Ivory Coast. The next day, take another flight to Yamoussoukro, perform there. Oh no, we went by car to Yamoussoukro, perform there, then come back to Abidjan, perform again, then take another flight straight after performing to go back to Paris, perform in Paris, directly after my performance, go to the airport, arrive in New York again to perform again. What is the weirdest thing a fan has done to get your attention? One day I was backstage in the West Indies. I was a backup dancer for Jean-Michel Rotin, and I was rapping in his show. And I think it was in 97. One girl arrived from, we don't even know how she passed the security, but she arrived in the backstage and she opens her thing. She had big titties that came out like this with my name tattooed here with a snake and Kaysha. I got fucking scared. What was the most important thing that happened in your life? I was born. How will you be, business and personally, 10 years from today? How I will be, I have no idea. All I know are the things that I'm trying to achieve. Every day is a work and steps and power moves and improvisation towards these goals that I set to myself. All I know is where the business is gonna be and all the adaptation that I'm doing to be there when it's there. I want to give a huge shout out to Umaro Jao, and it's somebody who helped me get my first ever interview in CNN in 2005, and I will ever be grateful for you after this. Thanks. What is your secret to staying relevant in this industry after so many years? The only secret is staying true to yourself, following your values, always understanding the business landscape.
Pourquoi il va tout le temps en Afrique? Voilà.
Really?
Moi, je voulais savoir si ce qu'il chantait dans ses musiques, c'était vraiment ce qui lui arrivait, parce que j'ai vraiment l'impression que c'est un homme infidèle, quoi.
Oui, tout ce que je chante dans mes chansons est autobiographique. Pour ce qui est de la fidélité, ça n'existe pas les hommes infidèles, ça n'existe pas les femmes infidèles, ça n'existe pas les hommes fidèles et ça n'existe pas les femmes infidèles. Il n'existe que des relations et chaque relation est différente. On a tous des relations où on en a marre et ça s'arrête. On a tous des relations où on a envie de rester et l'autre en a marre, alors c'est lui qui s'arrête ou alors il reste avec toi mais il est infidèle. On a des relations où on est parfait et pour rien. On a des relations où on n'est pas fidèle et ça marche quand même. On a des relations où on n'est pas fidèle. Il y a 1000 relations et on ne peut pas dire je suis comme ci ou je suis comme ça. Parce que tout le monde évolue en fait. Il y a des gens qui commencent fidèles et qui après ne le sont plus. Il y a des gens qui commencent infidèles et qui le sont après.
Ma question, ça rejoint un peu Blondel. Je voulais savoir si c'était vraiment lui qui chantait dans les chansons, si c'était un lover ou bien si c'était un bâtard avec les meufs, ils étaient sincères.
Ah, les Belges, je blague pas. Je suis un mec sincère. Je suis le mec le plus sincère que tu connaisses.
Et savoir si sa musique lui permettait de gagner sa vie ou s'il devait faire des choses à côté pour rejoindre les deux bouts.
Ma musique me permet de gagner ma vie.
Est-il 100% congolais? Parce qu'on dirait vraiment pas.
Non, je suis 75% congolais et 25% portugais. Je vais faire un Congolese tag dans pas longtemps, ça va être ma prochaine vidéo.
Quand j'étais plus jeune, il y avait des rumeurs qui couraient à Kinshasa. J'ai entendu dire qu'il a grandi à bon marché et que voilà, son père n'était pas d'accord avec ce qu'il faisait et qu'il a eu une enfance dure où il a grandi un peu difficile avec son daron. Donc voilà, et j'aimerais savoir si son père a toujours les mêmes points de vue et si maintenant ça va, et voilà. Et savoir s'il va souvent à Kinshasa, parce que je le vois souvent à Lisbonne. Je l'ai sur Snapchat, hein. Je le vois souvent à Lisbonne et comment ça s'appelle, Angola. Je sais plus si c'est vraiment Angola ou c'est ouais voilà, voilà.
Je suis né à Kinshasa, à Ngaliema. J'ai vécu à Mbinza jusqu'à l'âge de 7 ans, puis je suis parti à Paris. J'ai pas du tout eu une enfance difficile avec mon père, j'ai plutôt eu une enfance même magnifique. Effectivement, quand j'étais beaucoup plus jeune, mon père ne voyait pas de bon oeil le fait que je fasse de la musique. Mon père ne m'a jamais interdit de faire de la musique, il m'a juste dit, la musique ça doit rester un hobby et le plus important c'est tes études. C'est ce que j'ai fait, c'est-à-dire à 17 ans je leur ai amené le bac, à 18 ans j'étais à la Sorbonne en train d'étudier l'économie et j'ai vraiment, quand je me suis mis dans la musique professionnellement, c'est vraiment quand je gagnais assez d'argent en fait pour ne plus avoir besoin ni de... j'étais devenu indépendant quoi. Et dès la sortie de mon premier album, mon père est devenu mon plus grand fan, c'est-à-dire chaque fois que mon père rencontre le président d'un pays, il lui donne un de mes albums, pour te dire. Et non, j'ai de très très bons rapports avec mon père. Et non, à part le fait que comme tous les parents, ils ont toujours peur hein, quand tu veux faire des métiers un peu comme ça, improbables. Dès le début, quand ma musique a commencé à jouer dans les aéroports, même mon père d'ailleurs, au début même, il disait « Ouais mais c'est mon fils » et les gens ne le croyaient pas, donc imagine. Thanks a lot for your question, and thanks a lot for all the people who are discovering me today and that are supporting my endeavors, my music, and the music from the artists that I work with. Please continue supporting us, and a million thank you to the base, the people that have been there from the start, who have been listening to my music forever, from way before the fame and the fortunes and all these things. All this is material. The most important is the positive value that we spread and that we keep, and like together we are a force, divided we are weak as fuck. Thanks.